get me wrong.
Man
Tonight's
to
show
Man
is not going to
Radio.
be just a woman bashing show. But it's not going to just be a woman bashing show.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
Welcome to Man Radio with Richard Hall and Chris Smith, where the focus is raw, uncut conversation about love, life, and family, and a little bit more. Your comments are welcomed. Man Radio. Let's get this show started.
You busted. Salt on your grill.
Man to Man Radio.
Hey!
Truf Brothers Television. We're filling in for Man to Man. The GQ hour is going to be put on hold for a little while to make way for the Truf Brothers. How you doing? I'm Ray.
And I'm Devon, people.
We are the Truf Brothers. Join the Man to Man page if you want your comments to show up, because we got a lot to talk about. We got a full pack show, and we're on television. How you feel, bro?
Man, this is I don't know how I'm feeling right now. It's not a bad how I'm feeling. It's been a minute, man.
It has
been a while since we did this, man, and did it to this type of to this type of style, man. And it's a long time coming. Hey, Tony. Oh, this way.
It is, and everybody knows our producer is the magnificent Tony Brewer. He's the boss. All lawsuits will be going to her for having us.
Ma'am.
I have no money.
You got to retain it, though. So that's all that matters.
Thank you. Thank Man to Man for letting us come on and try to fill their shoes. All we can do is be a replacement. They do a wonderful job.
Yeah.
And as they can see from that intro, GQ is them.
I know, right? Where's my
GQ?
I'm trying to figure out where I can get where can I buy some of that sexy at? That is ridiculously sexy, bro. Do they lease that? Can you get a hold of it?
The photo, the shades, and the gold.
I'm got me feeling like early 2000 Jagged Edge up in there, bro. I was like,
yeah.
Nah, but those brothers are real cool, man. Straight up, and it was to do this for them, man, was nothing. I didn't even have to really think twice about this to come in for them. I listen to their show all the time, and even if I ain't commenting, or if I am commenting and I'm just not being seen, that's not neither here nor there. But I do listen to their show all the time, and it's a good show. Like we said, it's nothing to fill in for these for them, because Richard, Chris, hey man, we'll do our best to hold y'all spots down just for right now. We just the replacement refs.
Well, I want to say this. I do want to say before you guys get started, what a pleasure it is to have you both. We go back 10 years. 10 years.
Isn't it? It's been 10 years.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It might be a little over that, but it's been that.
Yeah. But we started on Blog Talk Radio, and before we came on air, we were actually talking about getting used to doing radio where we were just using phones and microphones sitting on the tables and stuff like that. And how funny it was when you guys had your show, and it was like, is the mic muted? Is it muted? And you hear all this other stuff in the background. So we come a long way. And I want to make sure that those who are watching in understand that this is not something that just took place overnight. We've been at this for a long time. And through it, we've developed great friendships. that we can count on each other. And I'm so glad that you guys had agreed to sit in for Chris and Richard, because the show itself has a lot of meat to it. And who better to come in and sit in for them than Truf Brothers? You know, because you guys carry your weight. You've always been consistent at what you've done, your beliefs, your morals, your values, all of that. So I am honored to have you both sit here in their seats. So I thank you.
Well, thank you. And just remember, all that is admissible in court when the lawsuits start rolling in.
I ain't got no money. I'm going to say
How
it
did
again.
you pick these guys?
That was angry. Nah.
So yeah, we got 4 full pack shows for you guys. The first topic we're gonna be talking about this week is gonna be raising the bar, setting standards, and that entails a whole lot. We got other topics, but our last show was our signature Terrible Truth segment. And if that don't get you through, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Because the Terrible Truth is a wild ride. Yeah,
the Terrible Truth really is, I believe, what got us kicked off Blog Talk. We used to go there. We offended so many people.
Yeah.
But
you can also go back to Blog Talk and check out our past shows. And trust me, our sponsors alone will be enough to make you keep tuning in.
And to piggyback off something really quick before we get into something else, I just want to say, going back to Truf Brothers Radio and Blog Talk and us taking our quote unquote hiatus. Truf Brothers received a lot of inboxes, a lot of messages, a lot of comments about, man, what happened with you and Ray? Did he kick your ass? And this, that, like, so it was a lot of things that was said. And just so we have a forum now to actually clear the air and not, because the one thing we're not going to do is we're not going to come on here and lie to anybody about what was going on. We did not, the Truf Brothers, Brand Devon, that's my big brother. Wholeheartedly, 10 toes down. I told this dude a long time ago, if he shoot, I shoot. I'll ask him why later. But we never had a falling out. It was a lot of things that were just going on, and we always dedicated our shows to, if we couldn't put everything into the show, we were not going to do it at all. And when we were going through a thing, I think I was going through a situation, and he was going through a situation, and I was in transition to moving, and a lot of stuff was just going on. Yeah. And then once we were able to actually get there, then career started taking off, and we didn't have the time to dedicate to that as well. So it ended up just taking longer than what we thought it would to actually come back. But no, me and this dude never had a falling out. We did not decide, all right, he's going to leave, because it was a rumor that I was leaving to join another show. That was a rumor.
I remember that.
Yeah. Really? Yeah, it was a rumor that
the show was called Grown Soul, and they thought that they was going to
pilfer him away.
Yeah, they thought they were going to pilfer him away, and we like, you got it.
Yeah, they made a pitch.
They think that this is just business brothers. We go way back. We go way back. The whole show is conceived from us working together. So,
wow.
Yeah, they instantly tried to come for him.
Oh my gosh, I remember them. I do remember them. Oh my God. So what happened to them?
Don't know. They didn't get him, I guess. Drop my line. That was me. What happened to Grown Soul was I know I talked to somebody from that show not too long ago. They basically folded. Actually, from what I heard, and I actually found out to be true, is Mikhail, the guy who was over that show. He ended up passing. He passed.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, he
Oh my
passed.
God.
So
Oh my God.
what's that?
say that'll do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but and they ended up doing. But yeah, they made a pitch, and I was like, nah, if I can't do the show with bro, I'm not going to do anybody's show. But they did make a pitch to try to pull me to come on to their show.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
rumors dispelled.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yep. No, true brother. Always stand tall. You know, you've had us get on some stuff before, and you know, we always. I mean, we've done Facebook lives together on certain topics or certain stuff happening in the news, which is going to be one of the reasons why we did Raising the Bar first, because with all of the unrest and all of the turmoil that's going on in the Black community and going on in America, one of the police shootings, Truf Brothers came out and said, you know what, this one, it ain't all the cops. And boy, they come for us.
Oh man.
They come for us.
We caught so much hell for this.
Hey, we at war. It doesn't matter what he did. The cops are wrong, and I'm like, yeah, but it takes two to tango. Unless you just some cop in the parking lot throwing rounds in a building.
Right. Let me read some of the comments that are coming in on Watch Party. I'm not going to read all of them, you guys, because I want you to get to your show. I don't want to take too much of your time. Chara Ann is watching in. Hey, Chara. She says, look at all these rumors. Ignorant people have nothing better to do than act like they know. Ramon Garrett, WLUV. These guys are trendsetters. Mad love for Ray and Devon. So those are just a couple of them that have come in. People are, saying hellos and all of that. So they are, starting to watch and join in through Watch Party. So I want to say thank you to them for doing so. But in order to comment, so that your comments appear on air while Truf Brothers are broadcasting, you need to come over to Man TV on Facebook. That's Man 2 Man TV on Facebook, so that I can put your comments up. But I am going to duck out, guys, and I'm going to let you guys get into your topic, and I'll be standing by writing stuff down for my lawsuit. All right.
Right.
Here we go. We're going to talk about Raising the Bar. We're going to talk about why don't we demand more from ourselves, from our friends, from our neighbors, from our people, from this nation? Why do we always play to the minimum, or do we play to the minimum? Do you feel we play to the minimum? Do you feel that we don't put everything into something the way that we ought to? Raising the bar, quality. My thing is, Beyonce dropped Black is King. I watched it, was very impressed, thought it was fantastic. I think a week and a half later, WAP dropped and totally sucked all the air out of the room. No one's talking about Black is King anymore. Everybody's talking about Wet Ass Kitty Cat. Why? What's so important about that?
Here's what I believe. I believe that we're easily distracted. I believe we can steer away from a topic that's so quick, because this is how I can tell you that now. And it's amazing that anytime something like that happens, that something will come out and just say, hey, look over here. And you'll just do it. Remember, we were up in arms about George Floyd and all that. Here come entanglements with Will and Jada. And everything goes away from, hey, man, Floyd, remember? So I think we the bar, it's not necessarily, here's the thing. It's not necessarily about WAP. It's not about that. The bar comes with, as an adult, if you like WAP, you're entitled to, because you can separate the two. But the
real
bar,
quick, let's get something straight. Truf Brothers like WAP.
Oh yes,
We're down with the WAP, no problem. But
Yeah.
there's a time for the WAP and there's a time for business. And when the sun go down, I think that's WAP time.
There you
Kids
go.
go to bed. I think that's WAP time.
This
But
is true.
outside of all of that, we should be about that business
At all times. I mean, and it's the reason I was going to my statement is that I feel like we have a situation where we need to understand that it's not, you have to separate the fact that we've come to a point where we put our children in front of WAP. We let them dabble with WAP. We let them see WAP. And the issue comes when now not only are they sneaking to see it, you're putting it in front of them and you're joining them.
Yeah, they don't have to sneak
of enjoying WAP.
Exactly. Look, let's not get it twisted. WAP has always been around. A form of WAP has always been around. That type of music, that type of style has always been around. And it's not that it's a problem with that. Before it was her, it was Lil' Kim. Before it was her, it was Madonna. Before that, there used to be a blues song called Me With Your Black Drawers On. Look, this has always been around. That's not the issue. The issue is when that stuff used to be around, you would have to sneak to hear it.
Right.
I remember having to sneak to hear Richard Pryor records. My parents wouldn't just play Richard Pryor records. Hey, come along, sit down here and listen to this. They tell you, all right, you go outside. And you knew something was going down. All the great comedians used to say that. They used to have to sneak to hear Richard Pryor records.
Right. And that's the thing. Like,
it's not that they don't know it don't exist. They know it, but they knew that there was a barrier and there was a standard.
Right. And that's the thing.
First,
there is no part of that anymore where there is a line between adult and children anymore. That's everybody want, and that's part of elevating the bar. Like it's almost to a point where the parents are scared to discipline their kid because they're scared that their kid won't like them anymore. That's a situation I believe we're dealing with as well. We have to learn that these are not your friends. Your kid's gonna love you. My job ain't to make my sons or my daughters like me. My job is to be their parent. And now with that comes times that you're gonna say, yo, I gotta make the tough decisions because you'll thank me later.
Right. 818. Right. We're not doing the phone number no more. Comment in, get into the link, put your comments in. Let's see. There was a balance. Now it's only if you're somebody. These lyrics, the dance, make money, all that. Famous trumps everything. Famous trumps everything.
And that's the thing. But it's like, where's and I'm not to sound, just let's just say just to play devil's advocate. Where's the resistance to WAP being played on radio for kids that's able? Where's the you have to be 18 years or older to hear this song on YouTube? Where's that at? Like, why is there not a type of guy? Like, because I went on my son's laptop and man, these comments, and thank everybody for commenting, man. We really appreciate that, and Tony's doing a great job of serving us up with them too, and we're gonna try to read them. Yeah.
But kids don't strive to achieve intelligence and enlightenment. They have been taught to want likes. Yes,
that's true.
And it's been proven that likes off of Facebook or likes off of Instagram or all of that is instant gratification. It triggers the endorphins in your body and it gives you gratification, and you become addicted to those likes. So we start doing stuff for like. But if we push our children to be intelligent, push them to go further, the gratification from all that hard work will produce more endorphins.
But see,
it would be greater satisfaction to see them work towards something and achieve it.
It also requires of who it's coming from with these kids. The problem is the kids don't want. Some kids do want the parents' acknowledgement, but the acceptance from their peers seem to be more. So even if we push our kids to be great and we push them in the right direction, you gotta kind of like pull them into a section where it's like, okay, you have to be confident and stand on your own, because everybody who looking at you and getting likes from you ain't doing it for your betterment. They're doing it because it's entertaining to them for right now. We have
exactly.
Kids have a thing where it's like they'll do, and I can't even just say kids, because you have grown men and grown women that I remember this whole thing where everybody was sucking on an eggplant to see how many likes they get, or a dude would just flash
Tide Pods.
Right.
Adults were doing that.
Flash wads of cash and then checking their phone every minute to see how many likes there has went up. And then if it ain't a certain amount that they like, they'll do something more drastic to appear to be, to get more likes. So that comes from us. Everybody, regardless of who you are, to an extent, wants to be accepted. Everybody. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yes. Again, acceptance is important. Again, in your career, you want to be accepted. If you're a politician, that's the only way your career advances, is to be accepted.
Right.
That's so many people have to vote for you for your career to go further, unless it's the electoral college and you lose by 3 million votes. But that's a different thing.
That's a whole other subject for another show, man.
Right. But the point is, even with let's go into politicians real quick.
Okay. We've
got this habit of we vote our emotions, we vote on who we like, we vote on who turns us on, and then once we vote for them, we say, okay, you got it, now go do it and be great. And if you don't do it, then the democracy don't work and voting is a waste of time.
And let me add something to what you just said. Not only do we vote off that, we'll vote. The thing is, and this is another part of raising the bar. We don't vote to a position where a person is qualified for a job. We vote for what's popular. I remember this idiotic idea of people just saying, hey man, let's vote the Rocky in to be president. And I'm saying,
go there. Yep. And really? for a second he was with it.
Yeah. But that's
he was with it.
I just was like, when are we going to get over these fun ideas for president? When are we going to say you have to be qualified? Look, how many job interviews you went to and they told you, hey man, it's just you're not qualified for the position. Now this is just working at Nike or at Burger King, but you want a person who can be quote unquote the most powerful person on this planet, just to be a dude who used to give people to people's elbow? That's what you want to do.
Right.
He has no history of any type of politics, foreign policies, none of that. But you said, hey man, it'll be cool if The Rock was the president. And nothing against The Rock. The Rock.
It'll be cool to see him give Putin to people's eyebrow. That's gonna be great.
Meanwhile, children are put in cages just to go and are being separated from their family. Oh, that's all right. Look at The Rock; he's so cool.
Yeah. When we talk about raising the bar, people, we're asking this question: If we expect more from ourselves and more from the people around us, we would be more upset when we saw the Hispanics being put in cages, and in turn, the Hispanics would be more upset when they see us shot down in the street. A black man was just killed for jaywalking.
Just saw that.
Jaywalking. And you have one group who sets a standard. Right-wing people, the Republicans, conservatives, right-wing zealots, they make 20-year plans, 30-year plans in terms on how to grasp and get power. Every conservative on the Supreme Court right now has been groomed since the 80s, since Reagan, to fill these spots. They've been identified by think tanks, by other groups, and they've been steered and groomed through their career to reach these points. Yeah. What's up, Summer? All right.
I was just reading Cheyenne. I think that was her. She had a comment right before that. And yeah, there we go. Few are educated voters in the terms of doing the research necessary to make the informed decisions. That is absolutely true. Yes. It's weird to me because a lot of times I feel like people, like we were just saying, people just do what's popular, and that's not going to benefit nobody.
Right. Man. And popularity doesn't push an agenda. What do you believe in? How do you feel? How do you not about your feelings, but how do you feel about an issue? There's certain problems in this country that are only going to be dealt with until we get serious. And part of that is you vote. Okay, you vote for somebody. I'm gonna vote for Devon. Devon, I want you to be my senator. I get behind you. I push you. I vote for you, and now you're the senator. Now I have to put pressure upon you to do the agenda that I sent you in to do. Now, if you don't do it, I can't say that voting is a waste of time. I can't say that, oh my God, this whole system don't work right. I have to say, okay, you can't do it. I'm gonna vote you out. Old people understand that. Old white people understand that. Period. And they're constantly, they will churn and in and out, in and out. If you don't do what we want you to do, we'll get you out and put somebody in look just like you.
Right. And you know what's funny about that is the same some people that say, the voting, and they'll have so much to say and say, my vote, it don't even matter no more, and blah, blah, blah. If it doesn't matter, and it's just me just asking a general question, why do they go so far to stop you from doing it? Exactly. If voting doesn't matter, they go. Did you see? I don't know if you saw it, bro, but there was a with this new mail-in ballot that they're going to be trying to do. They were taking mailboxes up, racking them up, and dumping them.
Yes, they're literally destroying the post office to stop you voting. They're literally taking sorting machines out of post offices. The mail has been screwed up. There's people who can't get their medicine right now. There's people who are not getting court summonses right now because the mail is nowhere near as efficient as it was 2 years ago, let alone 15 years ago. But this is how they think. This is what raising the bar means. They set an objective. People don't understand. They set an objective back in the 70s. Mm-hmm. Nixon and them set an objective in the 70s to say, we're going to slowly erode the post office so that private entity can get a piece of this money. The post office generates about $67 billion annually.
In annual revenue.
And there's companies who want that money because they know they can get more money. Because if the post office disappears, then guess what? A stamp ain't gonna cost 30 cents no more. FedEx don't play that.
Yeah.
UPS ain't gonna play that.
Yeah. She says,
and your letter don't mean as much as Amazon's package is gonna mean.
Yep. And she said the fucking administration is standing by and allowing this shit analog to democracy. The thing is, and she has a point. She's absolutely right.
Absolutely right.
And that's why we need to, and like you were saying, bro, we have to hold this and it goes again with raising the bar. We have to hold who's ever in that position. We have to hold them accountable, and we have to take the voting part seriously. That's part of raising the bar. You have to take it seriously and put the person in position who's best qualified to get the agenda that you and your townspeople and your people, the agenda you want to get done. Here's what we're going to get into some real Truth Brother stuff. And I'm going to parlay it. Every other group or organization, whether you like them or not, if the NRA has an agenda, they're going to put people in the position to push their agenda across. When the LGBTQ have an agenda, they're going to put people in a position and they're going to apply pressure to get their agenda across.
Exactly.
Now, let's go to us. We put Barack in office folded our arms, sat back, and say, "Handle it." That's the problem.
Everybody who's been commenting. I seen Sandy. I seen Summer. I seen Sheila. I seen a number of people. I want to throw something at you guys, and I want to see some of you guys' comments and hear what you got to say. When it comes to voting, right now, a lot of people are upset because they don't like Trump and they don't like Biden. What is the point? What is the point to voting for either one of them? I want to hear you guys' comments. And remember, we keep it in mind. We're talking about raising the bar. So we're talking about higher levels of thinking and strategy. There is a strategy to this because I'm not the biggest Biden fan in the world. I'm not. Matter of fact, I was gonna get a bumper sticker that said "Vote Biden." Okay, but this is some bull.
Yeah, I know. Look, like you said, this is literally, it's about strategy, right? Now, granted, I'm you and me. I was like, okay, if I have to, how do we go to other countries and applaud ourselves on helping them supposedly have their first democratic elections and allow this shit here? Shameful. She's right.
She's right, but America's always been about fronting.
Yeah,
America's always been about fronting.
B9, what's cracking, man?
B9, what's happening, brother?
Yeah, but the issue comes in where it's once we put these, like it goes back to saying, once we put these people in office and even if we put Biden in office, which I believe, I'm hoping that it is, you're gonna have the people who, let me say this, let me go back and say this. The problem with us, and I believe, and I hate the fact that I'm saying this and it comes off different than how it's supposed to, but we can agree on something and not like the person that it's coming from, though it's in our best interest. I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. I was watching that summit again with Killer Mike T.I. and Candace Owens and a couple other people. I do not like Candace Owens. I don't like her at all.
Yeah.
But Candace Owens make sense with some of the things she says. Now, here's the problem. If I say that out loud, people will condemn me for that. Yeah. I don't care, man. If you don't like, no, you got to.
The best liars always mix in truth.
Right.
The best liars mix in good points in with their agenda. That's how they get you.
And the thing is, this goes back to us like popularity. Candace Owens can say the exact same thing that a Barack or a Dave Chappelle or somebody else could say, and you'd hate it because it's coming from her.
Right.
That's the problem. You gotta eat. You gotta get the fish and separate the bone. And spit out the bones. You gotta see what, like, the same thing that me and you talk about, bro. She said the way that the system is breaking down black families. We talk about this all the time. We talk about this when we did shows on child support and how she said that the government is basically saying we'll give you more money if you take the black father out the house.
Sheila said I will vote for Daffy Duck if it gets that orange monster out of office.
Suffering succotash. Well, why not? Oh, that's not Daffy. Now I'm tripping. That's Sylvester. Sorry, graphic, but seriously scared about this administration silliness and dismantle Constitution, democracy, and liberty. Yeah.
Okay. Let me throw something in there because I threw this question out and I don't want it to get away. I asked you guys about voting for Biden or voting for Trump. Let me get something straight. I put up a meme on my Facebook page a couple of months ago, and it said what I ordered, and it was a picture of Bernie Sanders and AOC. And it said what I got in the mail, and it was Biden and Kamala Harris. Now, that being said, I don't have a problem with voting for Biden. Why? It's not about that he's not progressive enough. Nope, he's not progressive enough. He's not about the agenda that I'm necessarily about. Nope. But in this case, and this is not about voting for the lesser of two evils. That's baloney. What I'm doing is I'm picking my adversary. I'm choosing who I sit across the table with to push my points with.
That's also another
a corporate Democrat ain't never gonna be down. And a lot of y'all are exactly right. Police shootings happen under Democrats and Republicans. You are right. So to push our reforms through, who do we have a better chance at sitting across the table with and negotiating with? Biden or the Orange Monster?
Two things with what you just said. One, that goes into that whole the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The next thing is, yes, there is shootings that happen under both administrations. That happens all the time. But let me ask you this. Doesn't it seem, and this just general question to anybody that's out there listening to, doesn't it seem like since Trump got in office that a lot more of that, the white bravado, if that, I don't want to offend, but doesn't it seem like a lot of that they flexing a little more now because it's like he's got our back? Doesn't it seem like that?
Charlottesville. The minute he co-signed Charlottesville, everybody's chest came out. Everybody's emboldened. Everybody's bolder. Look, don't get it twisted. Trayvon was killed under the Obama administration.
Right.
George Zimmerman got off under Obama administration. Obama didn't direct his attorney general, hey man, go in there and prosecute them under some civil rights laws because this is ridiculous. No, he didn't do that. But at the same time, he did not co-sign a Klan rally.
Right.
This dude is co-signing a Klan rally. This dude, yes, Obama deported a lot of people. To be what does someone say? To be honest, I'm scared for either of them. Politicians say one thing, but as soon as they get in office, they do something totally different. You are absolutely right. That's called you have to hold their feet to the fire. See, the Tea Party came into power under Obama. And those radicalized old white men who wasn't going to let go of their power. And they end up consuming and eating the Republican Party to it's this abomination that you see today. Now, as far as they're concerned, they raised the bar and held their party under a certain term and made sure that they followed through. They're not saying that. They're not saying, Mitch McConnell got in there and then did the total opposite. No, he's running their agenda because someone is holding his feet to the fire. Mm-hmm. And we have to do the same. It's not just about, hey, man, go in there. Yep, you told me you're going to do this. Go do it. Nope. They got to have their feet held to the fire. Obama got you universal health care. That's great. He didn't get you Medicare for all. You're still paying high deductibles. Right now, there's a whole number of people, over 80 million people uninsured right now because of what happened with COVID. And that's because we have a system where your health care was tied to your job. And you had a dude that was running to tell you he wanted to give you Medicare for all. All the candidates shot him down, colluded to get rid of him. And then when a pandemic come along, where the number one side effect of the pandemic is it takes your job, thus taking your health care, nobody said, wow, you know what? Maybe we was wrong about that. Nope, they still running the same program. Why? Because there's certain people that is holding their feet to the fire. So they're running antithetical to what you need. So what are you supposed to do?
That's not because of Obama himself, but in response to him. Death kneels racist last effort to maintain power and prevent becoming minorities.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. But Obama could have had a way ballsier response to that, and then maybe things wouldn't have spiraled to the way they spiraled now. George, the biggest mistake that the black community made is we let George Zimmerman live.
Yeah, but see, now we're getting into something else with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I saw him, I'd have probably knocked his block off. But that we're see here. That's a real touch. That's a real sensitive subject because it's like when you know something is wrong and it's clear. It's clear as day that come on now. here. It's in your face. Don't be
Mhm.
stupid. And
Mhm.
it walks. It's like, yeah, we could take it out on Zimmerman. We could, but the bigger fish is the motherfuckers who's allowing this to happen. We need to go after them, because if we kill him, we killing the tail. We not taking over the head. I would rather
Mhm.
attack the head and then let it
Mhm.
trickle down than to cut off a piece of the tail.
True, but I mean, hey, cut death by 1,000 cuts is still death by 1,000 cuts. We don't wield a big enough sword to do one good headshot. There's
No,
a
we
whole
don't.
system
But
involved, and you chip away at a monument. The ant takes down the elephant through a number of different attacks by a number of the group as a collective, because one ant can't take down the elephant.
Miss Sharon said he let this happen. They want to increase the number of poor, disenfranchised, and uneducated. This administration is trying to create a slave class again for all intents and purposes.
Again, I agree again, but we've got to realize that this didn't happen overnight. Your slave class has started ever since the 80s with Reagan. Reagan started to attack the middle class and shrink the middle class. Wages hasn't went up since the 70s. Wages hasn't went up since the 70s. No, you're looking at incremental.
No. I know what you're
inflation.
saying.
Your
I'm just
real
trying to look.
wages has not went up.
No, I know.
Has been struggling more and more. If you, every all point show that our wages have been stagnated since the 70s. Reaganomics started this. Deregulation started this. This is a long-term plan and a long-term agenda. Again, one group thinks long-term. One group thinks the 4 years at a time.
True, they've been setting this up for generations since the South Law.
Yeah.
She says since the South Laws. I heard that. But to get back into what we were getting into, man, we still talking about raising the bar, and this goes through us doing it through not just through politics, not just through music. It's just as a whole, as our people, because everybody else is doing. Everybody holds their people to a standard. Of course, nothing's in absolutes, but we get what I'm saying when I say everybody else holds their people to a different standard. The thing is, we're taught that the low part is our standard, and we haven't. That's what I mean by raising the bar. We haven't pushed our bar because we've been taught that our bar needs to be here, where everybody else's is up here, and that's the problem. When your kid, when you are seriously, my mom was telling me a story where not too long ago, and shout outs to my mom, I know she probably watching. She was telling me, like, she remember when they was younger, and when a family member went to jail, they would tell them that they went down south to go stay with family, or they did, like, they were ashamed that a family member went to jail. Now you get parties thrown when you come out of jail. Like, it's a big deal. And to me, I'm like, why are we celebrating ignorance? And I don't mean it because everybody who go to jail is not. I don't mean this in absolutes. But when you know that this dude went to jail for selling on the corner, and then he comes out, and you're treating him like he's just a celebrity, and I'm like, why is that the standard? Why are we treating that like, yeah, man? I hope you
was talking about Zimmerman. Why is it that if I got beef with the brother down the street and I'm going to go ahead and peel his cap back, why is that considered, hey, man, hey, he had it coming. They had beef. Why is that okay? But it's not okay if I said, you know what? No, you've killed the last black child you're going to kill.
Yeah.
Why? I agree. Murdered a child from coming from 7-Eleven. Why should we let that slide? Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not really advocating vigilante justice, but what I am saying is the Jewish community after World War II, after the Holocaust, came together and they said, you know what? We don't care that Germany lost. We don't care that that's over. We don't care that we got Israel. You know what we gonna do? We gonna get together hunter groups and we gonna hunt down every German soldier that got away. We don't care how long it takes. If we find you and you 80, we still getting you because we don't play that. That's raising the bar. That's holding a standard. Well, certain demographics believe that, hey, if you're not going to be a doctor, I'm going to be mad at you. There's certain famous comedians who talk about, hey, when I told my parents I was going to be a comedian, they had a fit.
Joe Coy.
Some took the school money away. Some disowned me. The only way that they let it go is because I actually blew up and made this work.
Yeah. The problem that I feel like is gonna come from all of this, man, is that we're gonna pass this type of teaching and this type of mentality down to the people who has to take over once we're gone, and that's the future, which is our children. And we're passing down this I want to say illness. When we're passing down this mental illness and these mental chains to our kids, we're not allowing them to grow. We're keeping them contained in some form of a box, and they won't.
Your child is 7. Why are you pushing him to be a basketball player when the odds are very slim he's going to make it? Instead of pushing him to be an engineer.
Yeah.
You can do basketball as a recreation, and if it works, it works. Terrific. But why aren't you pushing them to be an engineer? Why do we push our children to be rappers and dancers versus doctors and lawyers? We're not talking in absolutes. Of course, there
right.
who do.
I was reading that comment too, and I was going to say, Devon, is cultural. Our people are definitely in need of a shift, but it takes movement and shows like this for them to hear the different perspective. I agree, and thank you for that comment. It is going to take a lot, but we have to break. We have, as the elders, and I consider ourselves some form of elders. I even consider myself a form of an elder. We have to break the mental chains that we have, and we have to break our own teachings. We were taught, see, the thing I used to always say, and I want to thank a lady who helped me. Her name was Red Summer, bro. You know her. She was the one person who taught us how to think and not what to think. That was the difference. She said, let your brain go and evaluate everything, question everything, and search for answers. Don't listen for answers, search for them. And that was the only thing that I gravitated towards. So a lot of times with that though comes when you become different, you become an outcast. You become a person who, and it's hard and it's tough to stand alone on your principles and you're looking at everybody else telling you it's easier over here. Come be with us. Yeah. And a lot of times we don't tell our children it's okay to be an army of one. It's no problem with it.
You know what's crazy? We find out in life that growing up, the nerd gets picked on, the nerd gets bullied, the nerd gets outcast, and they really, really, really hate it. But inside, it's actually tempering them and making them stronger. And then they end up finding out in the end, by the time you're 30, you find out the nerds win.
Yeah.
The nerds win.
You want to be real? Nerds, like there's different type of nerds, right?
Yes, it is.
There are nerds who are like, we're nerds. We're nerds. Yeah. Like to be wholehearted. We're not just, we're blurs, actually. So
right,
like,
exactly.
The thing is,
he's a nerd.
Oh yeah, B-Nard, yeah. But the thing is, it takes a person that just says that, yo man, I'm gonna rock with me. I'm gonna do me. I'm very, and Tony says she's a nerd and she's proud of it. But see, the thing is, people envision nerd and they think glasses, what the little
Big
pin
Bang Theory.
protector, suspenders, and no, there's things as cool nerds. We were taught that being smart is stupid.
Yes.
You
Yes.
were taught
Yes.
that, hey man, hide your intelligence. Don't nobody want to know about that books and all that, man.
Look, here's what's funny. Look at hip hop. Hip hop started with the genius and the educated rapper and Rakim the God. And we started with all of this intelligence, KRS-One, knowledge reigns supreme over everyone. And then we turned into little this, little that. And now we savage, we gangster, and we thug.
Well,
we
let me
down to the lowest common denominator.
I'm gonna read two things real quick, because I know we're going through it. One of them was said, of course, drinking the Kool-Aid is easy. Yeah, thank you, Tony. You own it, man. I love you, Tony. Of course, drinking the Kool-Aid is easy. Relinquish any sense of responsibility or accountability. Understand the appeal for those who's given up. And she said she's been a card carrying member since she was a card carrying member since I was in the void. So. I ain't want to cut you off, bro. You was doing your thing.
That's the whole point. That we are attracted to the lowest common denominator. We're like water. Water takes the path of least resistance. Water takes the path that's the easiest way to get from A to B.
But the question is why? Like, and I want to ask, and I propose,
and you got America pushes this. America says you do have freedom. The only freedom you have really is to be a freak. There's your freedom.
Yeah.
But we don't look. Thinkers don't get no love, and black thinkers really don't get no love. People who go against the grain and call out the society, the country, the community catches flack.
Yeah.
It's hard to actually think and pierce these words. Yes, there's a no snitching rule. There's a no snitching rule. And I believe in no snitching in revolutionary terms.
Right.
In revolutionary terms. If you shoot my neighbor, I should snitch.
But see, that goes on to the mentality of, you got black mentality, you got pro-black mentality, you got nigga mentality, and you got hood mentality, which could be equated in being the same. The problem is, no matter which, the problem is that people look at all of them and say they're all dumb. Even the black, the pro-black, the blacks are arguing with the pro-blacks. The niggas are arguing with the hood niggas, and the hood niggas are arguing with the pro-black. And yet and still, we can find one thing that we think it will benefit us all, and we can't even agree on that. That's so weird to me, man. We are, and another thing is, we have a problem of wanting to see our neighbor do better than us. We have a problem with wanting to see, not even do better. You have a problem in seeing somebody else win. Like, it's okay to see somebody else win and root for them. I have no problem with rooting. I got no problem rooting for you, bro. I want to see you win.
Some of the people that's been putting on comments, we've known some of them, and I've seen some of them grow since back in the day. I've seen some of them growing their careers, put businesses together, out there pushing their products. One of them, I just bought a shirt from them about voting, and I can't wait for it to get here before this money's out, because I'm going to advertise it, because I want to push their product, because they're out there trying to do something positive.
Yeah, I'm down with that. You know how many?
If they make $1 billion, that ain't stopping me.
Right, and that's the thing about raising. You see how many Guilty Angel stuff I watch? That's a friend of mine, his clothing line. I got another friend of mine. Like, I remember saying, I made a post today where I was like, it's funny that we will spend our entire check on what we wear while we're taking a bus to go to work to get a check. And to me, that's not a part of mentally raising the bar. Why do you're out here wearing $1,000 Balenciaga shoes to get on a CTA bus? And you got an iPhone, but you got a $1,000 iPhone, but staying in somebody else's basement. Like, all of this is just backwards, man. And it's our mentality. So man, we tearing through an hour, and I think we getting the whole get it together boys mentality in our group chat.
Is it an hour?
Oh yeah, the producers like, all right, boys, it's
All
been.
right. Hey, everybody out there, the Truf Brothers back. Y'all want to do this a little bit longer, or y'all ready to wrap it up? Oh, well, there it is. That's the wrap up.
No, but here's the thing. Real quick, I'm gonna just make a quick final statement. I'm gonna let Tony do her thing.
There you go.
Mentally, people, we just all need to raise the bar, and we need to hold ourselves and our people accountable for the things they do. If we do that, I promise you, we'll start to see a change and a shift in our dynamic and how we handling things.
There you go. Wrap this up. Come back. Thank you, man, for letting us take some time in the space. We will be back next Thursday, and we're going to be talking about, are you black enough? Ooh. That's what we're talking about. So get your comments ready, get your thoughts ready, and as always, we're going to let you know that if you're not listening to the Truf Brothers, then
the truth ain't in you.
Live long and prosper.
Sharon called me a buzzkill.
She was like, I gotta go to work in the morning.
Right? Oh my God. Great show. Great show. I am so glad that you guys are here. I really, truly am. So this experience for you, because you guys have come from doing it radio style to now TV style. How did it go for you?
I found
out that I truly have a face for radio. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't get enough. Well, look at him type of comments.
Right.
I was waiting a few of those. Right. Like, well, I be damned.
Right. I was like, look at who you came to see. No,
you better.
Well, great show, and again, it's an honor and it's a pleasure to have you here over the next few weeks, and I'm just looking forward to the next show. Are you black enough? I'm looking forward to it. All right, so you have been tuned in to Man TV with the Truf Brothers, Mr. Ray and Mr. Devon, and they did a fantastic job. I'm hoping that something that they said has touched you tonight and has turned on that little light bulb above your head to make you think. Because right when Devon was talking about, I call it critical thinking, going out and finding your own information, I'm all for it. So this is what this is about, raising that bar. Do some critical thinking. Do your research. Don't just go with the flow and go with what is popular. Because then, you'll end up just like them. But you could be nerds like us. Who knows, right? So anyway, thanks again for joining in tonight and watching tonight's show. We really appreciate your support. Come on back next week on Thursday with Truf Brothers here on Man to Man TV. The show will always be with Man to Man. Well, actually, Truf Brothers from 7 o'clock p.m. What is that? Pacific, 9 Central, and 10 o'clock on the East Coast. So make sure to follow on Facebook, Man to Man TV, so that your comments will show up as we are live on air. It has been a great, great pleasure once again, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And I'm sure we'll talk.
Yeah.
Yes. Sure. All right. So have a good night, everybody. Make sure that you stay safe and healthy. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you back here on Man to Man TV with Ray and Devon, Truf Brothers.
All right, people.